good at it.
Yes, she was, little turfling.
Voting in the election, madam?
I will do. Can you tell me your position on what a woman is, please?
Right, is that your number one issue, is
My
it?
number one issue. My only issue.
My only issue.
Wow.
So what is Labour's official definition of a woman?
I think you need gender-specific safe places.
Why do
for
you say the
ladies.
word gender?
Well, I think a woman.
It's sex.
Why not sex?
Well, if you ask my personal opinion on it, it is really.
But your personal opinion is you know what a woman is.
Yeah.
But your party doesn't.
Well, it's
How
the
can we
culture
trust-
wars, though, isn't
How
it?
can we trust our rights if
It's
Labour
not
say a
cul-
man
it's
can be a
also-
woman?
It's not a culture war. It's about the elimination of women and women's rights. It's as serious as that.
It is.
Well, women need to be heard, that's absolutely sure. And this will be the first female MP to ever represent Shrewsbury ever.
But if she doesn't know what a woman is, why should we vote for her?
Well, I haven't, to be absolutely honest, I haven't actually asked her myself on these issues.
I have.
Oh, what did she say? What did she
She
say?
fobbed me off with a lot of talk and wouldn't actually answer me.
It's such a difficult political issue, isn't it? That's the trouble.
It's not, it's reality.
It actually isn't. It actually is really simple. It is really simple. It's, can humans change sex? No, they can't. No human in the entire history has ever changed sex.
Well, from a personal perspective, I agree with you 100%. I mean, first it's premised on biological sex,
Yeah.
so I would agree with that.
See, I'd vote for you.
See, I vote for you.
I'm not up for election though.
I know, but if you were up, I'd vote for you on that alone.
Yeah, I mean, I do.
100%.
I mean, I'm very sympathetic to the views, and I think she's very brave and courageous. The author, the Harry Potter.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What about
and-
Rosie Duffield? She's been annihilated by Labour.
She,
Well, Keir went to Kent, didn't he? And he didn't even invite her. She's a Kent Labour MP. Rosie Duffield, because of her views. I mean, I think she's great.
I think she's great. I don't
I'd
trust
work
him.
for her.
I don't trust him at all.
No, sorry.
the
I don't like the Tories, but I don't like.
He's been asked this question and he's never answered it properly.
No.
Well, I think what happens is that he has to look at a range of like different constituencies, and it's tough. It's like the Gaza issue. You know, it's a positioning, because if you don't get it quite on the money, you're exploited by your political opponents massively, and then all the other things that you want to do, you can't do, and
You
that's
get
the key thing, really.
So much more support if you came out and said a woman is a woman and asked for women's rights, because there's so many Labour women who will not vote Labour anymore.
I've got to say though, I'll counter that. We have a really strong female Labour group, massive it is, and I mean, you know, my wife organised a Labour Party Shrewsbury Walk for charity and all of this sort of stuff. I mean, it's amazing. So when we had Pat McFadden down, the hall was 60% women. I mean, that says you something about Shrewsbury Labour Party. But that wasn't your question. Your question was about major policy issues from Keir Starmer. And you know, to be fair, I'm not quite sure what his position is. I'll be honest with you on that one. But it's interesting, isn't it, that as a man, that wasn't one of my headline issues, but it is for you.
I've got daughters. It's definitely mine.
Right. Okay. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is he needs to vocalise and support women by vocalising that. It's actually just saying it out what it is, isn't it, really?
It doesn't take a lot to say, does it?
No.
He's almost there.
Yeah, he said 99% of women don't have a penis. Well, it's not that, it's 100% Keir.
So, but you know, I think I'm probably to the left of Keir Starmer
So
by some considerable margin. But you know, I'm not voting Labour until he
Comes out and said it.
comes out and says it.
Yeah.
But your whole, my only challenge to you would be, was your whole vote predicated on that one issue so important, and the other things that are important to women, like improving the NHS, teachers, schools,
So
What's the point of the
education.
NHS if they don't know what a woman is?
If you can't define a woman,
You
then
can't help
you
us.
can't protect a woman.
That's interesting. You've educated me a little bit, actually. No, it's interesting because, and I haven't had that perspective. I mean, not all women are as strongly vocal or
No,
feel as strongly about it as
no,
you do,
no.
which is interesting. My wife wouldn't, but I'd be now going back to her and saying, well, how do you feel about that?
So it's as simple as that. If you can't define a woman, you can't protect women. You can't legislate for a woman. You can't define women, you can't legislate for women.
I must admit, I was uncomfortable about the fact that I didn't feel that women on this particular issue were supported vocally enough. And when you think that, you know, women are in many respects put down in many other different ways, the most crucial issue, which is what you're saying, this crucial thing about what sex is.
Yes.
Fundamental. to
It's
everything.
fundamental, so
Yeah.
you've educated me on that issue, I have to say.
that's
So thank
good.
you for that. Well, you have. So I appreciate that. I will have a discussion with Julia about this because we're quite close. We have a lot of contact with her. But my only plea would be, don't do it on one issue. Look at the other wider things. I mean, you know,
Afraid I can't.
there was a lot of things that I agreed with Corbyn about in the past, but he didn't have any power. He never changed. We had Brexit done, so
Yeah.
maybe these things will develop as you know, when we get elected.
Don't you also think that Keir's broken all the promises that he made when he always says when he was elected he was to the left and he made lots of good statements and then he's come further and further, you know, heading towards the Tory territory. And I just don't think he's trustworthy.
I don't think he's headed towards the Tories. I mean, he's changed his policies based on the fact that they were rejected by the British people. You know, if you're not elected, if your policies aren't favourable to the British people, then you've got to look at them and revamp them, haven't you?
I just think I think it's another Tony Blair.
Well,
I mean,
And that,
Labour's
you
going
know,
to win,
that's-
aren't they? Because everyone hates the Tories. I mean, you're going to win. I don't know whether you'll win in Shrewsbury, but I
it's
think
not
you'll win.
nailed on. We've got to get Daniel Kaczynski
I
does
mean, he's
not.
useless. He's useless.
But he will hang in there.
He will
He's
hang in there, I
protected.
think.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, here's one thing, and I accept, and thank you for educating me. It's not often you stop people who are so politically aware on a
We've been
particular
stood down
issue.
the street there.
No,
Yeah.
but it's right though. Normally it's not interested, they're all the same and all of that. But what I would say is, you live in Shrewsbury,
Yes.
you've got two daughters.
I have, yes.
If they have a problem, they'll go to this lady, she'll have constituency meetings, right, where they can actually access her. Yeah, sure. Where they can actually access her and she will take up those issues and she will do something about it. You go for Daniel Kaczynski, he hasn't had a constituency surgery for years.
Oh yeah, he's terrible.
Laws
Right.
Pritchard.
So the starting point is we'll have a female MP first ever. Maybe she doesn't quite do it for you on the very, very important what is sex issue, but your daughters will be taken care of. And I say that with a lot of passion because I've been spending months touring around with in the rain and the sun and the shine. And she does deliver. So that's all I can say really on that one. Nice one, Rob. So that would be my pitch in terms of getting you to vote and to vote
Well,
Labour.
you're lovely and you're passionate, and I actually believe you and trust you.
It's lovely to have a conversation.
Yes.
Actually, it's
Where
really
we're not
nice.
chatting.
It is from
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It does my morale good, even though what we do agree. It's what we don't agree on is what
There
Labour
needs
Party
to
policies.
be more civilised discussion. We'd love to come to the Labour Party and talk about what we feel. We really would.
Well, how about this then, right? It's up to you what you share, but if you put your email address down there, I'll get Julia to contact you.
Okay, thank you.
Does that sound good?
We'll do it with
I mean,
my
that's, you know, political
admin person.
representation
Yeah,
in action, is it not?
Yes, because we'd love to talk about
And she
our
will.
concerns.
Yeah. And she's going to be in Parliament hopefully in 6 weeks' time. So that's democracy in action, isn't it?
It's Shrewsbury women, yeah.
You can
that'll
write
do,
it on
yeah.
here if you want.
Can you have my deck chair? You need the new ones because they've got.
It will also be good because you'll get a perspective as well from a woman. You know, she's a woman. You know.
I have spoken to her, yeah, the mayor
That's
of
our
Labour.
details, our email address.
Oh right, okay. Shrewsbury Women.
Yes.
But specifically, do you want her to contact you?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you need to give me your details.
No,
can I?
that'll get us. I'll get us back
I
to
am.
Shrewsbury Women.
So, well, who have I been talking to? Because what she would do is she would contact not you as a group necessarily, but specifically you as individuals.
Well, my name's Wendy.
My name's
Okay.
Alison.
Wendy and Alison,
Yeah.
and she can get you on this group.
We
Yes.
love me. Yeah.
I control the email address.
Yeah.
So
All right, okay. So Wendy and Alison at this email address.
yes.
And if she references it, discussion on Pride Hill
With
on
you.
today's date.
Yeah.
So we did actually at one point we met someone from the women's group and we did say, and she did say, oh,
She
come
did
and
say,
talk
come
to
and
us.
talk to us, yeah.
But we lost her contact details. So
She was absolutely bloody delighted to come.
Tell your
and
wife.
speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Yeah, I mean, my wife wasn't particularly politically active, but she's got suckered into it. She sees the
Yeah.
value of the representation from Julia and sees her as a person. So she's now going to Labour Party. I can't believe it really, but Labour Party meetings, and you know, she's actively involved, and with the women's group as well, which is really nice.
Well, we'd love to talk to the women's group particularly.
absolutely, we would, yeah.
So this group then,
Yeah,
Shrewsbury Women.
is-
Give me an idea of, this is like a campaign group? Or?
So yeah, so
Come
there's
on, give me an
Singles,
idea.
well,
so
what we're
there
here.
are it's only about 20 women, and we have our own leaflets.
Okay, can I take
Yeah,
Brilliant.
absolutely. And we're
Oh,
campaigning.
of course you were up there.
Yeah, we were there.
on.
Yeah, we talked like that.
Okay,
We're going for coffee
yeah.
now, yeah.
So
Yeah,
we,
right.
we do this. We go out and talk to people, and we raise
In different
awareness of
towns.
issues. And we meet once a month
Yeah.
in the quarry.
Yeah. And we
Now I
obviously
understand
communicate a
it.
lot
So
more.
you're doing
Yeah.
the same as me, but campaign on a one
Yes.
specific
Specific
issue.
issues.
Yes.
I've lost your names again. It's Alison and
Wendy.
Alison and Wendy. Alison and Wendy.
I've
Let
got
me
a
write
pen
it down.
somewhere.
She'll definitely come and see you. Right.
Thank you very much for this discussion, though.
Yes.